Hi, I'm Mathew. So you want to be a cash management banker? Not many people have heard the term cash management because sometimes when we meet with families and friends and they ask me what I do and I say cash management and they go, how much loan can you give me? But we actually are not doing loans. Yeah, we are actually providing solutions to corporates to manage their cash. Everything requires a buying and selling. And this is where we come in to help you with the purchases. How can you pay those who you buy from, and how can you collect from your customers? The cash flow between incoming funds and outgoing funds. So what happens at the end of the day? There's available balance. So how do we maybe craft out a solution so that the company benefits from whatever cash that they manage with us? My day-to-day role is mainly to have a meeting with clients, to meet the corporates, to understand their pain points on how they manage their cash and how they do their collections and payments. Where there is a pain point, that's where we fit in. So our job is to understand the client background, the industry that they are in, what kind of turnover they have, what kind of cash balances, which other banks that they are banking with. These are information we gather before we go to see them. The meeting is a very important point that's the touch point whereby we present our solutions to the clients to grab their attention that cash management can actually help them run the business seamlessly. If you join the cash management team upon graduation, you will need to do a bit of research and understand how to have a relationship with client number one. That must be the main. Relationship must be something that you're passionate about. For this kind of job, you have to be out there talking to your clients in the same level. Now, sometimes when you attend meetings, clients are not just going to ask you about cash management, they'll be talking about loads of things. So for fresh graduates, I would suggest that you spend time with or be an attachment, with an attachment role to one of the salespeople and understand how the whole relationship is done. But of course, the homework that you need to do before you go, whereby you talk about business, about turnover, about profit and loss, so you need to have some kind of understanding about this. If you are really interested in the banking industry, then you need to at least have a banking and finance qualification. However, having said that, there are many who join the bank who do not have this qualification. They probably are doing something else in their tertiary studies, but when they come into the bank, because they like the banking industry, so they learn it. If you are specifically looking for cash management, you need to have passion for meeting clients and research on their background, on the company background, on what they need. Besides understanding the company, you also need to know your products very well. If you do not know your products, you will not be able to fit the solutions into the company's need. In this time of uncertainties, jobs are very scarce. However, jobs that are available, I would say, are in the sales line, whereby you are the customer fronting person with the knowledge of the product, whereby you can tell them how they benefit with whatever products that the bank has to offer them. However, the back-end jobs may not be many available because generally in the country, everybody's on the austerity measure. Even the banks are on this same, trying to reduce costs. Hiring has been frozen in many banks. May not be the right time for, if you think of moving into a bank as a graduate, trying to explore in a bank because times are very uncertain. The starting salary for any graduates who would like to apply for a sales job would be minimal. So it will be between 2,000 to 3,000, and that's where you will start. However, in this sales line, there's huge opportunities to earn more through bonuses and incentives. The thing that I love most about my job is meeting people. It's meeting people and understanding their pain points and being able to provide a solution that at the end of the day, probably in 3 to 6 months, you can actually see them doing their job without any more problems, actually being kind of appreciative for our solution that we have provided. So I feel that I've contributed to the betterment of a customer in their process. So that really brings a lot of satisfaction. Other than that, the beautiful, wonderful colleagues that we work with, it just makes it exciting to every day to just wake up and just go there and say hi to your colleagues and then keep doing this. Every day is a different experience. So it's very exciting for me. Personally, it's very exciting for me. I love and I'm passionate about what I do. The only problem happens is when I'm not able to deliver. When I'm not able to deliver and customer is actually expecting there's a deadline and you have tried all your best and things didn't work out and you're unable to give them what they want, that's when you feel a bit drawn back. You feel, how do I now explain this to the client? So these are a bit challenging, but we have seen through this over the last many years, yeah. If banking is what you want to do, you will really need to do a bit of research, as I said earlier. Also have the passion to do it and give yourself at least about 3 years in the banking line. Learn as much as you can. This is your time. Try to be a banker with your own identity. And that will make a change, that will make a difference in who you are.